afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend. Yourself?
How about you?
Yeah, pretty quiet.
Yeah, nice to stay home and watch the snow.
I got my second booster on Saturday, so Sunday is laying low.
Oh, that's good.
Just mild.
Good for you. Yeah.
So that was that.
No.
Watch some football, watch the Grammys.
Yeah.
Well, more of the Grammys coming up. Or football. Basketball.
Basketball. You got it.
Here, topping our news today, the scope of Russia's attacks on Ukraine are becoming more clear as the rest of the world decides on how to move forward in dealing with Putin.
An election day preview, why the Milwaukee mayor's race could show us a preview of what to expect in November throughout the state. And
the request to have Waukesha parade tragedy trial delayed has been denied. What reasoning did the judge give? Let's take a look outside. At least the rain stopped for a while.
Still cloudy, still on the cool side, but boy, how about that snow over the weekend? Wasn't that something?
April showers, hopefully rain showers. Julian's in the backyard with the details.
Well, yes, we are going to be having some rain showers, Mark, but it's still going to be a mixed bag as we continue throughout the rest of the week. Good news is, for this evening, well, folks, it's just going to be on the dreary side. Plenty of cloud cover is going to stick around for us. 43 degrees right now, and we can see we're going to top out into those lower 40s throughout the rest of this evening. As we go into tonight, hovering into those 30s, going to be another cool one as we go into tonight. As we take a look at our visible cloud track, we can see just a blanket of cloud cover throughout all of southern Wisconsin. It's going to be the theme for us as we continue throughout much of this week. So expect dreary conditions and not a whole lot of sunshine. But we are at least dry for tonight, but that's looking to change as we get into our Tuesday evening. But we'll get into that in a few moments because as of right now, temperatures are definitely on the cool side. Around 43 degrees here in Madison with 46 over into Janesville, 43 as well into Platteville as well. So all of us are hanging into the 40s, even though over towards Milwaukee, we can see around 50 degrees for us. As we take a quick look over into our traffic to get things started for us on the Beltline right now, well, all green, even though on Fish Hatch we are looking at some pretty slow spots to kick off our evening. Taking a quick look over towards the interstate as of right now, still all green as of right now, but still going to be seeing pretty normal conditions in terms of getting from point A to point B for traffic as we kick things off for our 4 p.m. hour. But as a reminder, folks, this is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and we are going to be continuing our severe weather coverage going into 6 p.m. tonight. On top of that, I'll be taking a closer look at how you receive alerts and keeping your family safe. Again, that is tonight at 6, where we'll take a closer look at that. But until then, we're going to go ahead and toss it to you guys back in the studio.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Julian. Thank you. We have new dramatic video from the besieged Ukrainian city of Mariupol. Drone video shows destroyed and damaged residential buildings throughout the city.
Mariupol is a port city, and it's normally home to about 400,000 people. Civilians trapped there have been sheltering in basements with little food, power, or running water.
And there are calls for new economic sanctions amid growing allegations that Russian troops committed war crimes.
President Biden is now suggesting the atrocities could lead to a war crimes trial. And we want to warn you, some of the images you're about to see in this report are graphic.
Deborah Alfarone has more.
In a town just outside Ukraine's capital, dead bodies remain in the street, some with their hands tied behind their backs. We're seeing the images now that Russian troops have pulled out of the area. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Bucha, where hundreds of civilians, including children, were found dead, accusing Russia of genocide, adding this only makes it harder for the two sides to negotiate. The atrocities sparked global outrage. Britain's Foreign Secretary met with her Ukrainian counterpart in Poland Monday.
The butchery, the clear evidence of sexual crime, of the targeting of innocent civilians, and it's very clear that war crimes have taken place.
President Biden suggested Russian President Vladimir Putin should be tried as a war criminal.
This guy is brutal, and what's happening in Bucha is outrageous.
Russian officials have accused Ukraine of staging scenes like the one in Bucha, and they say that President Biden and Western leaders should examine their own conscience.
No matter what happens over the coming weeks, it is clear that Russia will never be welcomed by the Ukrainian people. Instead, its gains will be temporary, as the brave Ukrainian people resist Russian occupation.
Humanitarian efforts continue as the war rages on. Faith leaders from Virginia are traveling to Poland to deliver diapers, medical supplies, and other items to refugees. UN officials say more than 4 million people have fled Ukraine since the Russian invasion began. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
A Ukrainian couple celebrated their wedding amid the rubble and debris of war in Ukraine's second-largest city of Kharkiv yesterday. The couple posed for photographs in streets littered with debris and framed by damaged buildings, with the bride wearing a white dress over black pants. Both medical workers in their pre-war lives, the couple now distributes medicine to people in need in Kharkiv. The wedding was attended by people living in the metro station, as well as the mayor of Kharkiv.
Boy, what a scene is that. Spanish police impounded a super yacht belonging to a Russian oligarch in what is believed to be the first such action in Europe at the request of U.S. authorities. Valued at more than $99 million, the yacht Tango was seized in a shipyard on the Mediterranean island of Majorca. A number of documents and data storage devices were seized on board. Police also uncovered a complex financial and partnership scheme designed to hide the ownership of the vessel.
Well, it is Election Day tomorrow, and in the Madison area, that means school boards and city and county races will be on your ballot.
In Milwaukee, voters will choose that city's next mayor in a race that will have ripples into the governor and Senate races this fall.
Our political reporter, Will Keneally, has a preview of tomorrow's election. Will?
So tomorrow's election could be groundbreaking. People in Milwaukee may choose to elect the first black mayor in the city's history. Changing demographics on the city's north and south sides will certainly play a role in the election. As UW-Milwaukee political scientist Mordecai Lee says, tomorrow's race will be indicative of elections to come.
Happening in Milwaukee today is a dry run for November. And I think it's really going to be interesting to see what does it take for these grassroots efforts to really bring out, I guess you'd call it an extraordinary vote, as opposed to a mediocre sort of run-of-the-mill voting turnout.
Lee says black turnout tomorrow could be a plus for Democrats in the fall, especially with a black U.S. Senate candidate, Mandela Barnes, on the primary ballot. Turnout for the spring election is usually around 25% there, but it could be pushed into the 30s, he says. For full election coverage, visit channel3000.com.
Well, thank you. Well, just because you may not have a mayor to choose, it doesn't mean you shouldn't cast your ballot for other important races in your area. The City of Madison's clerk's office has some tips to make your day go smoothly. First, check your district. Many of Madison's polling places have changed due to redistricting. Second, bring an acceptable ID. Voting officials are not checking your address, but they are verifying your identity. Third, you can register to vote on Election Day at the polls if you aren't registered to vote as of yet. Don't worry, bring a proof of residence with you, such as a online utility bill or bank statement. And finally, check your sample ballot. Know your choices by visiting the MyVote website before you head to the polls.
The request to have the Waukesha parade tragedy trial postponed until 2023 has been denied by a judge. Darrell Brooks' trial is scheduled to begin October 3rd. His attorneys filed a motion with the judge seeking to push the proceedings back. Brooks' defense team argued they need at least 6 months to analyze hundreds of videos of the parade to break down the SUV's speed every step of the way. The judge denied the request, saying October is adequate.
A second passenger involved in a crash on the Beltline last week is dead. Police say 2 adult passengers went into cardiac arrest after the crash. One of the passengers was pronounced dead at a hospital last week. Today, Monona police said they learned over the weekend that the other person did not survive their medical incident. The driver of the vehicle, a 66-year-old man, was arrested on tentative charges of 5th offense OWI with a passenger under the age of 16 and operating while revoked.
UW Health has released a statement on the death of Dr. Kelsey Musgrove, a cardiothoracic surgery fellow who was found dead in Iron County over the weekend. It says she was recognized by her peers as a great surgeon, an outstanding mentor, and an incredibly kind and positive spirit. Our thoughts and condolences are with her friends and family during this difficult time. Musgrove's body was found Sunday around Potato River Falls in Iron County, where she had gone on a hiking trip. Musgrove messaged her friends a week ago that she had arrived at the falls, but indicated that her phone's battery was very low and communication stopped shortly afterward. Police are investigating, but foul play is not suspected.
Police have arrested a suspected gunman in the shooting that killed 6 people over the weekend in Sacramento, California. 26-year-old DeAndre Martin was arrested following the shooting, which broke out in downtown Sacramento early Sunday morning. While a motive for the shooting has not been identified, police are reviewing this video of a large fight that broke out right before the gunfire. In the aftermath, family members and friends rushed to the scene to try to find missing loved ones. That's where the father of Devishia Turner learned his son was among the casualties.
I understand. He walked out the club and he walked into some and got shot.
Nationwide, there have been 120 mass shootings since the start of the year. That averages out to more than 1 a day. And it's the second mass shooting in Sacramento in just 5 weeks.
Senate Democrats would like Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to be the first black woman confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court by the end of the week. But partisan lines were drawn when the Senate Judiciary Committee met today to consider advancing the nomination to the full Senate. Committee Republicans voiced uniform opposition, citing judicial philosophy and again criticizing her past sentences in child pornography cases.
I believe she will prove to be the most extreme and the furthest left justice.
To say she's an extremist on crime belies the fact that she has law enforcement group after law enforcement group supporting her. These are just lies.
Judge Jackson is expected to be confirmed with the full backing of the Democrats and at least one Republican, Maine's Susan Collins. The White House also believes other undecided GOP senators could support confirmation.
The 49th Annual Skills USA Wisconsin State Conference and Competition gets underway tomorrow in Madison. Almost 2,000 middle and high school students, 200 teachers, and 300 volunteers are expected at the Alliant Energy Center and Madison College for more than 80 competitions in various skilled trades. The first place winners will go on to compete in the National Skills USA Championship in June in Atlanta.
I'm a little nervous. It's the first thing I've ever really made. I'm hoping we'll go pretty good.
The public is welcome to attend with a $10 entry fee charge for the opening and closing ceremonies, while admission to the Skills USA State Championship is free.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office will soon be adding a new canine officer to the department. An event was held to celebrate the donation from a private individual, along with former Sheriff Dave Mahoney, that will enable the office to bring in a new canine and pay for training for a new handler. Sheriff Calvin Barrett introduced the deputy who will be receiving the training.
I have a background in veterinary, not technician work, but assistant work, a very strong background in animals. I grew up on a farm, have worked with animals.
The sheriff says their county canine unit is not fully funded by tax dollars, so donations are key to maintaining a fully working canine department.
And it's thousands and thousands of dollars to train those dogs. Much needed as well. Well, still to come at 4, you've all seen videos of the late superstar Prince.
When we come back, by chance, a new video has surfaced of an 11-year-old Prince. We'll show you the video and find out the story on how it was discovered when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Since I left for college, my dad has gotten back into some of his old hobbies. And now he's taking Trulicity. And it looks like he's gotten into some new, healthier habits, too.
What changes are you making for your type 2 diabetes? Maybe it's time to try Trulicity. It's proven to help lower A1C. It could help you lose up to 10 pounds. And it's only taken once a week, so it can fit into your busy life. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. The choices you make can help control your A1C. Ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Are you overloaded with debt? 13 may be your lucky number. No interest Chapter 13 debt repayment. Protect your assets, pay your debts, get a lower payment that you can afford. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Chapter 13 repayment plans start at only $275 a month. To see if you qualify, on your phone, from your home, statewide, call now or visit us online. Hit the debt-free button. Click or call now.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Welcome back, everyone. Pregnant women have been told about the risks of smoking and drinking.
But it turns out the messaging about weed isn't quite as effective. According to a 2019 study, cannabis usage among expectant moms is on the rise. And now a new study from the Colorado School of Public Health found pregnant women who were exposed to THC and CBD were more likely to have kids who weighed more and had higher blood sugar levels when they were 5 years old. But in addition to the latest study, there are other studies that show it's been linked to low birth weight, behavioral problems, abnormal neurological development, autism and hyperactivity, attention issues, and other cognitive and behavioral issues.
If you drive a Chevy Equinox or a GMC Terrain, you'll want to listen up. They are both part of a big recall because of issues with the windshield wipers. It's the 2014 to 2015 models we're talking about. There are more than 680,000 of them out there. Apparently, the wipers' ball joints have been wearing away so they can fall off. It's a voluntary recall, and your dealer will fix it for free.
Stocks gained some ground on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 103 points, closing at 34,921. The NASDAQ was up 271 points. The S&P 500 gained 36. We've likely seen the late music legend Prince in a music video, but have you ever seen Prince as a child?
Very few images exist. That is until a stroke of luck led CBS Minneapolis station WCCO to unearth an incredible gem.
Jeff Wagner has the story.
On a film reel of a teacher strike more than 50 years ago, an interview with one student immediately stood out.
Are most of the kids in favor of the picketing?
Yep.
How come?
I think they should get a better education too, and I think they should get some more money because they be working extra hours for us and all that stuff.
The first thing I thought was, I can't believe that's him.
WCCO production manager Matt Liddy made the discovery.
I immediately just went out to the newsroom and started showing people and saying, I'm not going to tell you who I think this is, but who do you think this is? And every single person, Prince.
Yes, that Prince, Prince Rogers Nelson, the Minneapolis-born and bred global superstar, but there was one catch.
We did not get him saying, I'm Prince Nelson.
So we set out to get some confirmation.
There's not a ton of images of Prince as a kid.
We asked historian Kristen Schaumler, who's extensively researched and written about the purple one, to take a look at the footage. And, well...
Oh, I think that's him, definitely. Oh my gosh. And this definitely looks like Lincoln Junior High School, where he would have been attending school in April of 1970.
We also compared it to a photo of Prince when he was believed to be in the 6th grade. Despite the evidence, we still needed someone who knew Prince as a kid to confirm.
We go back as far as kindergarten at John Hale Elementary in North Minneapolis.
That someone was Terrence Jackson, a childhood friend and neighbor who played in Prince's first band, Grand Central, when they were teenagers.
That is Prince. Standing right through the hat on, right?
Yeah, keep watching, keep watching.
That's Skipper! Oh my gosh! That's him. Wow, that was him.
What do you,
I'm like blown away and I'm totally blown away. Mark my words, you guys have found a real gem.
As far as we can tell, this video of an 11-year-old Prince is among the oldest we can find outside of Prince's personal archives. And I think our production manager put it best. I don't know why it's cool, but it is. Jeff Wagner, CBS News, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That is a good way to put it. Prince continued to live in Minnesota throughout his life, and as you'll recall, he was found dead at his Minnesota home and studio complex in 2016.
A coroner report stated that Prince died as a result of an accidental overdose of fentanyl. But that is pretty amazing footage.
What a discovery. Wouldn't you love to have been in the newsroom when he came running in with that video?
And he's on the right side of the teachers, too. They needed more pay because they're being overworked. Whereas more at 4, we all know some 4 million Ukrainians have left the brutality of the Russian invasion.
But what you may not know is that some of those refugees have decided to return home. We'll have that story coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
This is what people with eczema said about how their skin feels. When it comes to our skin, what if it could feel differently? Say hello to Opzelura for the treatment of mild to moderate eczema. Opzelura is a steroid-free cream, proven to help clear skin and significantly reduce itch. Do not start Opzelura if you have any infection, as it may lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection, have TB, or have been in close contact with someone with TB, have had hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts have been reported with Opzelura. In patients taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, immune system problems, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effect is pain and swelling in the nose or throat. It's a one-of-a-kind cream. So what could that mean for your skin? Ask your dermatologist about Opzelura.
I love my new home. I always wanted a house with historic architecture, but it might be too Victorian.
Hey, gosh, interesting hemline on those pants.
Yes, I do believe they're called pants.
Pardon me.
No, pardon me. At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. I save so much.
I have come to call upon...
Just text me. Well, I'm heading up.
It's a ghost.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
It's called self-care.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
At U.S. Cellular
Cellular, we're local. So we're on the ground every day, working to make sure our 5G network isn't impacted by the local weather.
Get the most out of our 5G network. Choose any phone for free. That's any phone, including the new Galaxy S22, totally free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month.
Because we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. All year round. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Well, take a look at this. Dozens of Toronto residents heaved pillows at each other in the city's first pillow fight since the pandemic. It's to mark International Pillow Fight Day. Some 80 people joined in the Toronto fight. Other cities throughout the world also host pillow fights to celebrate the day. According to the rules, yep, there are rules. Participants must swing their pillows lightly and use soft pillows only. Some cities ban feather pillows, others encourage them. The first International Pillow Fight was held in March of 2008.
Get a little of your stress out.
I think we need to do that around here.
Yeah, it would probably feel good.
Let's have a station pillow fight.
Oh my gosh.
Frankie'd have a hard pillow on.
Somebody would have to break the rule.
It'd be Frankie.
Oh, man.
All right, so a little break from the rain, but more's coming.
Yep, that's right. A little bit more is coming, so make sure that you have all your rain gear just nearby for the rest of the week, because it's going to be another soggy one. We'll take a deeper look into our forecast coming up in just a few moments, so stick around for our first one forecast after the break.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this, or covering this, to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color, or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of Pittsburgh Grand Distinction exterior flat paint for only $28.98 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
As of 2022, TSR Concrete Coatings has coated nearly 11 million square feet of concrete, and we've completed over 15,000 jobs. If we haven't met yet, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here we transform your old, cracked garage floor from this to this in just one day. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, apply our base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. And our floors are ridiculously easy to clean. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, and we have our own in-house team ready to answer any questions you may have before and after your install. To learn more or get your new floor, visit the website or call us at the number shown below today.
One day floor.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Inflation has surged to a 40-year high. Democrats declared war on fossil fuels, so gasoline prices are at record levels. President Obama's chief economist says inflation is costing your family $4,000 a year. Why? Because Democrats are printing trillions of dollars to pay for their massive deficit spending. Inflation is the Democrats' tax on the middle class. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I'm concerned about rising prices just like you.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And welcome back to our cloudy evening here in Madison. As we're kicking things off for us at this 4 o'clock hour, well, we can see that our temperatures are still below seasonable. Around 52 degrees around this time of year, but still on the cooler end. 43 degrees for us as we get into the rest of this evening. But just know we're going to be about a degree higher as we get into around 6 o'clock, but it's still going to be on the cool side as we go into tonight. Now, the cloudy conditions we're dealing with now will start to phase out just a bit going into the later part of tonight, but we're still going to be seeing some mostly cloudy conditions going into into tomorrow. So just know 32 degrees is going to be our low, just at the freezing point. Another seasonably cold night for us with mostly cloudy conditions. But we're going to be keeping our eye on what's happening for the rest of this week. As the low that was bringing in the precipitation earlier this morning starts to track its way east, we're going to be having a brief moment of dry conditions with the high pressure starting to roll into the upper Midwest. But right behind it, we are looking at another low pressure system to bring in some more wet weather. And that's what we're going to see going into our Tuesday night. But until then, just know that our evening commute is going to be pretty quiet for us. Cloudy conditions will stick around going into tonight, overnights into our early Tuesday morning. Just know it's going to be still cloudy conditions into the low 30s as we get into lunchtime. Temperatures are going to start to warm up pretty quickly, though, into those upper 40s and low 50s by the time we're getting into our evening commute. But just know by the evening commute as well, we're going to start to see some showers. Some pop-up isolated showers around Madison, but mainly over into the west is where we're going to start to see that system track its way in. As we get into the later part of Tuesday night, we will start to see some showers starting to be really just widespread rain for us, and even a chance of seeing some scattered thunderstorms. As we go into our Tuesday night, that's going to be the theme for us. More wet weather carrying into our Wednesday morning until we get into our Wednesday morning commute. Then we're looking for another dry spot, but then right behind it, we are looking at another shot of some more rain for us. So April showers are going to be the theme for us throughout the next few days. But on top of it, as we get into our Wednesday morning, we are going to be looking at about half to even 3/4 of an inch of some more rainfall for us, which once again is great because we are still into a drought. Now we're just at a moderate drought, which we'll get into in just a moment. But on top of that, as we see most throughout the rest of this week, we're going to continue to see the rain starting in to bringing in some more snowflakes for us as we get into our Thursday and even going into our Friday as well. We're not really going to be looking at much reprieve until we get into the weekend. We're finally looking at some break of some wet precipitation for us. But until then, folks, just buckle up because it's going to be a wet one for us over the next few days. As you can see, our drought conditions here in southern Wisconsin have improved thanks to all the precipitation we've seen over the last week. Now we're about moderate, but as we continue throughout this week and going into next, well, with these chances of more April showers, we could be seeing even better and much more improved conditions for our droughts over the next few days. But the three things we're going to need to know from this forecast, just know multiple rounds of April showers throughout the rest of this week. We're going to be drying as we go into the weekend, but we will stay seasonably cool as well. On top of it, cloudy conditions are going to be the main theme for us. We're not going to see much sunshine until we get into the weekend. But one thing to keep in mind is that in the next 6 to 10 days going into next week, well, we're still going to be seeing pretty much a lot of rain showers as we go into next week as well. But the good news is that even though we're still seeing April showers, we are also going to be seeing temperatures start to be a lot more reasonable for us, back into the 60s as we get into next week. So that's one thing to look forward to because as of right now, as I mentioned, we're going to be seeing those seasonably cool conditions throughout much of this week and even colder as we get into Friday. The weekend, even though we are looking at plenty of sunshine, we're going to not be seeing those warmer temperatures just yet until we get into next week. Then we're back to seeing more April showers, but at least we're back into the lower 60s. That is one thing I have been waiting so long for, is to see consistent 60s in our forecast. So I'm excited for the next few days.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
So close.
One day at a time.
Far. Hey, that's been the motto for like the past few months for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Julian, thank you.
Thanks, Julian.
In the 39 days since Russia's brutal and unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, the UN Refugee Agency estimates more than 4 million people have fled that country and their homes. Of that number, nearly 2.5 million have crossed the border into Poland.
But now some frustrated refugees are making the difficult decision to risk it all and go back home to Ukraine. Hyung La reports from Warsaw, Poland.
In some ways, we've almost become accustomed to these images because they are now so common almost 6 weeks into the war. Ukrainians carrying everything they own and bags that they can roll, their babies in tow, except they are not fleeing to safety. We are on a platform, a bus platform in Warsaw, Poland, and what you are looking at are Ukrainian refugees here in Poland, but they are not running from the war. They are returning to Ukraine.
At the bus station in Warsaw, Poland, the platform is packed. But not with people arriving from Ukraine. They're heading back. Reality of life as a refugee more unbearable than war. Katerina Wolf says after 2 weeks, she's returning to Kyiv.
What is it like trying to live away from home all this time?
So bad. Because you don't know what's wrong with your relatives, with your family.
It's not a permanent way to live.
Yeah.
The Polish government says 2.5 million Ukrainians have come in since the war began. As of this weekend, 442,000 have gone from Poland back to Ukraine. Housing is a problem as Poland struggles to absorb the influx of women, children, and the elderly. Poland's residents have welcomed Ukrainian families into their homes, but living on strange floors and out of bags can only go on for so long. Poland allows Ukrainians to work and collect government assistance, but there's the red tape, standing in long lines with fellow war refugees to file the proper papers. And then there's childcare and schooling, trying to raise kids with new language and cultural barriers. Poland wants to help, but nearly 6 weeks into this war, the signs of strain are getting harder to ignore.
The Polish people will welcome Ukrainians, whatever happens, because they are fighting for our freedom, and we do understand that. But of course, there is a certain limit, human limit, what we can do.
When you say you're at capacity, what do you mean?
The population of my city has grown almost by 20% in a month. So of course, it puts an enormous strain on the city, on its services. And we are doing our best. We are welcoming everyone who needs help. But, you know, improvisation has to end.
Some of the stories that we're hearing from these passengers who are heading back into Ukraine, a pregnant woman who says that she does not want to give birth in Poland alone, that her husband has remained in Ukraine to fight in the war. She wants to be with him. Another woman who owns a business who says her heart is shattered into a million pieces being here in Poland. She plans to try to pick up her life in Ukraine. This bus to Lviv has just pulled up. It's going to be leaving in minutes. Kyung Law, CNN, Warsaw, Poland.
Unbelievable.
It's hard. It is unbelievable. It's actually happening right now.
And it's very hard in this country to relate to that, to what those people are going through.
Absolutely.
We're very lucky.
Yeah, we are. Well, coming up next on Live Before, how spirituality can impact heart health. We'll have the findings of new research for heart failure patients.
And then coming up next hour at 5, potential delays for drivers on Highway 51. We'll tell you about construction season starting again coming up tonight at 5.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on shoulder pain relief.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
This month, shop Surgenian's semi-annual sale. We offer the largest luxury vinyl selection in Madison, carpet collections, timeless hardwood flooring options, and more. Surgenian's semi-annual sale has savings of up to 30% off in every department. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
How do you use
is your energy, fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need. At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
Tonight at 5, we break down Milwaukee's mayoral race and what it could mean for the entire state of Wisconsin. We have the 5 things you need to know before tomorrow's election. Madison City Clerk weighs in. That's coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
Plus, rounds of rain moving through for the work week will time out these April showers.
And ahead at 6, it's day 2 of our Severe Weather Awareness Week. Meteorologist Julian Seawright breaks down severe weather alerts and what to do when you see them. That's coming up at 6.
Let's see where we get from the weather satellite spinning around. We end up in downtown Los Angeles.
It's 2 in the afternoon there. It's already gridlock, as you can see.
70 degrees, but the forecast is for 96 by Friday.
Oh,
it's
wow.
only April.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like a beautiful day.
Well, spirituality has been shown to have benefits for physical and mental health, and now new research finds being spiritual may help heart failure patients.
Michael George has more.
Pat Gurney was diagnosed with heart failure 7 years ago after her daughter, who's a nurse, noticed a change.
I was going up the steps and I'm very active, and she said, "Mom, are you short of breath?"
The 73-year-old considers herself a spiritual person, a devout Catholic who prays every day, mostly for others.
I've just prayed and asked God for the grace and strength to get through these things. And I knew at that point when I was diagnosed that I was strong, and physically and in my faith.
New research shows spirituality can improve the quality of life for heart failure patients like Pat. Researchers at Duke University Hospital reviewed nearly 50 studies on the topic, including a 2017 study Duke conducted.
Incorporating aspects of spirituality actually reduced anxiety, depression.
Spirituality can be hard to define. Researchers say many describe it as how people find meaning and purpose in life, which can be separate from religious beliefs. Study co-author Dr. Robert Mentz is the chief of heart failure at Duke, which is now developing a spirituality screening tool.
You can ask these questions about purpose, peace, and meaning. I think that opens the door to hopefully improve patient care.
I continue to walk and I continue to garden and just stay active, and when the grandchildren are around, chase them around.
Pat takes medication for her condition and says she's grateful her faith and family bring her such comfort. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Interesting study.
Yeah.
Well, there's more to come at 4. We'll have the highlights from last night's Grammy Awards.
And our film critic Will Loper heads to the movies. He'll have the weekend box office numbers when Live at 4 continues.
As of 2022, TSR Concrete Coatings has coated nearly 11 million square feet of concrete, and we've completed over 15,000 jobs. If we haven't met yet, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here we transform your old, cracked garage floor from this to this in just one day. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, apply our base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. And our floors are ridiculously easy to clean. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, and we have our own in-house team ready to answer any questions you may have before and after your install. To learn more or get your new floor, visit the website or call us at the number shown below today.
One day floor.
Inflation has surged to a 40-year high. Democrats declared war on fossil fuels, so gasoline prices are at record levels. President Obama's chief economist says inflation is costing your family $4,000 a year. Why? Because Democrats are printing trillions of dollars to pay for their massive deficit spending. Inflation is the Democrats' tax on the middle class. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I'm concerned about rising prices just like you.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking
asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women or in men with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Outlets at the Dells, an attraction not to be missed. With over 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill family vacationers, trendsetters, and all who love a smoking hot discount. We are all about the thrill of the deal, the joy of finding the thing you forgot to pack, the swimsuit that's the hit of the park, the dress that makes you walk with swagger, and the discounts that no one else can touch. Save even more with 25% off and get a free Vera Bradley umbrella. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
As we take a quick look at our traffic, just an update, as you can see along the Beltline, still all green as we're getting into the rest of our evening hours. However, Fish Hatchery, we are having some slow spots onto the southern parts of Fish Hatchery Road for this evening. Now, as we take a closer look over into the interstate, aside from some normal construction that we've been looking at, well, we are still all green, as we can see, north and southbound. And from getting from point A to point B, we're looking at pretty normal commute timing as of right now, from 25 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline, Sauk City to Middleton, 16 minutes, and for Sun Prairie to downtown, 17 minutes as well. So pretty normal as we're getting into the rest of our evening hours. And that's going to do it for our traffic updates. Back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. The famed Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden has opened its gates to tourists after months of hard work and cared for by dozens of gardeners. Named after India's only female prime minister, the garden has a sea of colorful flowers spreading over an area of 75 acres. This year, more than 60 varieties and a total of 1.5 million flowers are on display, and the tourists are coming in droves due to the lull in the COVID-19 pandemic.
Where is that?
India.
Beautiful.
Yeah. John Baptiste, the band leader for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, is waking up this morning as the big winner at last night's 64th annual Grammy Awards. He won 5 awards, including the coveted Album of the Year for We Are. Silk Sonic's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak kicked off the show with their song 777, a nod to the show's Las Vegas setting. They took home 4 awards, including Song and Record of the Year for their R&B hit, Leave the Door Open.
We are really trying our hardest to remain humble at this point.
19-year-old Olivia Rodrigo performed her smash Driver's License and drove off with 3 awards, including Best New Artist and Best Pop Vocal Album. There were more than a dozen performances, including showstoppers from Lil Nas X, BTS, and Her with Lenny Kravitz. There's also some somber moments, including a taped address from Ukrainian President Zelensky. John Legend followed with a performance honoring Ukrainian citizens.
After the show, a big winner at the Grammys had a big uh-oh.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll just put it on your bill.
Did you hear it? As photographers were snapping pictures, taking pictures of Olivia Rodrigo, she dropped one of her 3 Grammy Awards, and you can hear the collective shock from the onlookers. One of the 19-year-old singer's trophies broke apart, but luckily an assistant was able to put it back together.
I bet they're heavy.
Yeah, I think so too.
3 awards?
Yeah, or you could hear that when it hit the ground.
Clunk. Well, despite the Grammy Awards and basketball, it was a pretty good weekend at the box office.
Film critic Will Loper has the numbers and suggestions of what to stream in this week's Loper Report.
Hey, American Susan. A supervillain reigned supreme at the box office this weekend, although it fell short of expectations. The vampire known as Morbius opened to $39 million. And we can only hope that scares away any chance of a sequel.
I should have died years ago.
People all over the world have my disease.
I'm here to find a cure. We have to push the boundaries, take the risks. If you're gonna run, do it now.
After the success of Venom and its sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Sony Pictures seems determined to give every Spider-Man villain their own movie.
We all have monsters within us. It's up to us to control it.
Jared Leto portrays Dr. Morbius, attempting to cure a rare blood disease, but becomes a giant Batman in the process.
I have increased strength and speed, and some form of bat radar.
While the Venom movies weren't great, they at least leaned into the campy B-movie humor and were anchored by a crazy Tom Hardy performance. Here we have a dour, dull film that feels endless. And based off its box office performance compared to the 2 opening weekends of the Venoms, which made 80 and 90 million, we can only hope any Morbius sequel plans get tucked deep away in a cave.
Just accept who you are.
The bad guy.
On streaming services, new on Netflix is the 2nd season of Get Organized with the Home Edit.
We are professional organizers.
This space has just been overwhelming.
Okay.
The chaos.
I literally have like a million props. I mean, that's why you guys are here.
Challenge accepted.
This calms my anxiety in a way that I can't quite explain.
New on Disney Plus is the musical Better Nate Than Ever.
I've got some breaking news. It's an open audition. They're making Lilo and Stitch a Broadway musical.
Where would we even sleep? What about your aunt, the Broadway actress?
You were the only toddler whose first word was me.
A 13-year-old dreams of becoming a Broadway star.
You're 100 times funnier and quicker than I am.
Doesn't he look like the kid that went viral on TikTok?
I didn't know you could do all that.
And for kids, new on Hulu is the 2nd season of The Croods Family Tree.
First one to the top of the Spitfire tree wins.
Why is it called a Spitfire tree?
Because it's a tree that spits fire. Any more questions?
And if you're looking for something wholesome, Netflix just added a series from Japan called Old Enough. Each 10 to 15-minute episode features a toddler given an errand by their parents, like this boy who had to get ingredients for dinner, but stopped to eat it instead. For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
That's an interesting idea, yeah.
I think I know on the Morbius.
Yeah. It's not your style of...
No, Will didn't like it.
Oh, yeah. I know, but is that your genre? Do you like that kind of genre? Come on, you don't like Venom? I'm shocked.
Well, I'll check your forecast. Coming up.
Darien Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starianbank.com.
Finding my way forward with node-positive breast cancer felt overwhelming at times. But I never just found my way. I made it. So when I finished active therapy, I kept moving forward and did everything I could to protect myself from recurrence.
Verzenio is the first treatment in over 15 years to reduce the risk of recurrence for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive, early breast cancer with a high chance of returning, as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Hormone therapy works outside the cell, while Verzenio works inside to help stop the growth of cancer cells. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm making my way forward, my way, with Verzenio.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starianbank.com.
Tonight at 5, we take a look at Milwaukee's mayoral race and what it could mean for the entire state of Wisconsin. We have the 5 things you need to know before tomorrow's election. Madison City Clerk weighs in. That's coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
When severe weather strikes, are you prepared? All this week, the First Warn Weather Teams, we show you how to prepare for severe storms and tornadoes. Watch First Warn Weather for Severe Weather Awareness Week. Are you prepared?
All this week at 6, only on News 3 Now.
To close things out, the 3 things you'll need to know. We're expecting cool, seasonable temperatures, more rain ahead with even some snow thrown in there and not a whole lot of sunshine. Meteorologist Dana Fulton will give you the rundown coming up at 5.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashish Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on shoulder pain relief.
We've got our vision and so much to choose from. But with free design services, our budget and our time are well spent.
At Floor & Decor, with a wide selection of products all at everyday low prices, creating a space to match your taste has never been easier. Discover Floor & Decor today.
As of 2022, TSR Concrete Coatings has coated nearly 11 million square feet of concrete, and we've completed over 15,000 jobs. If we haven't met yet, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here we transform your old, cracked garage floor from this to this in just one day. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, apply our base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. And our floors are ridiculously easy to clean. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, and we have our own in-house team ready to answer any questions you may have before and after your install. To learn more or get your new floor, visit the website or call us at the number shown below today.
One day floor.
Everything seems to be more expensive these days. Everything costs more. Ron Johnson should be helping families like us, but he seems to have helped himself instead. An investigation found that Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. He's doubled his wealth since taking office. It doesn't seem fair to me. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
It's almost dinner time, and today's final touch, if you have a craving for mac and cheese, you're in luck.
Well, if you live in Buffalo, New York, that is. That was the scene of a mac and cheese festival. Food vendors from across the city came out to find out which out of the over 30 types of mac and cheese in the city had the best. A Caribbean restaurant served up a jerk chicken mac and cheese. The festival also provides craft beers, wines, and ciders. The winning mac and cheese came from Blue Fire Barbecue. They took home with their pork mac and cheese. So make a note of that. If you're ever in Buffalo, you got to go to the Blue Fire Barbecue.
Now we're all going to be craving it.
Yeah, I'm hungry. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.